Hi guys, Surya Dev Singh here, back from Kryolite Security, and welcome back to yet another video. So today in this video we'll be solving yet another challenge from TryHackMe, and the name of the room is Pickle Rick. This room is primarily focused on the web exploitation, so we'll be learning initial web enumeration, web directory brute forcing, and exploitation of some system command functionality by doing some server side filter bypass, and we'll be also looking at a very easy preview technique. So yeah, let's get started. So as always we'll start off with Nmap Scan, or okay, wait, no, we'll first going to start with the Rust scan, as it is fast and gives result quite fast, so that we can directly start enumerating the service rather than to wait for the Nmap result. So the command would be something like Rust scan -a to specify the IP address -u limit, let's say 5000, so that it fetch the result in a very less time. As you can see, we have the port 22 and 80 open, which are of SSH and HTTP. First I would go for the enumeration of HTTP web server, but before that let's run our Nmap scan, so that if we have missed any ports, or if a Rust scan is not able to catch some more result, then we can do so with the Nmap. So the command would be nmap -sv to enumerate the service -sc -t5, and we need to specify the IP address. Okay, now let's start with the HTTP web server enumeration. Okay, so on the website we have some message or a content, I would say, and that is, listen more team, I need your help. I have turned myself into a pickle again, and this time I can't change back. So by reading the message above, it's somehow directing us to use the burp suite. Let's first check our webalizer result. It shows that the website is running on Apache web server and the OS is Ubuntu Linux. Okay, so let's start to view the source code of the website. We can do so with Ctrl+U, and as you can see, we have some comment over here: note to self, remember username. And we have one username, that is Rick rules. Probably we can use this username in the SSH, since SSH port is open, and but for that we also need a password. So first let me copy this to my cherry tree so that I remember it. Okay, let's now do some more enumeration. Let's run our GoBuster, or you can use DirBuster to get GUI, or also you can use dir search. I mostly use GoBuster or dir search to brute force the web directory. We could also specify the extension, since the web server is running on Apache, so there are possibility that there could be extension that ends with the PHP. And as you can see, we got some result. We have login.php, so let's try to visit that. Okay, seems like it's a kind of a portal login page, and it is asking for username and password. Most probably we have the username that we have discovered in the page source code, and we have some more files from the GoBuster, portals.php, which is actually redirecting to login.php only. Okay, we have the robots.txt file. Let's try to visit that. Possibly we could find some more directory from there. Okay, here we have a very weird string. I don't know what that string is, but it seems like it could be a possible password for the username that we have discovered. Let's try to log in this with the credential, but before that let me copy this to my cherry tree so that I don't forget that. Now let's try to use this credential to log into the web portal. and yes, we are actually able to log into the web portal. Now I would also like to try this credential on the SSH port, since it was open, and it might be possible that we could get a very easy shell on the system. Seems like it didn't work, and we get a public key denied error. Possibly the server might have configured not to use the user password based authentication. Okay, let's go to the web portal and do some more enumeration over there. Here we have something called a command panel, and it seems like we could execute the system command directly from here. Let's run ls command, and yes, we actually are able to see the directory listing over here. I think we have our first flag, or the first ingredient, that is super secret ingredient. We can view the content of it, and we are not able to run that specific command. Okay, let's try to view the content of etc password file, and that also didn't work. So it could be possible that there is some server side filter enabled which is blocking us to run some malicious system command. We could possibly bypass that. There are several ways to bypass the server side filtering, example using a backward slash in your command itself, but in this video I'll be using a base64 obfuscation to bypass the server side filtering. So instead of seeing the content of the file in the website itself, I would like to get a reverse shell on my system. So I would first need a payload, a reverse shell payload for the Linux, and need to obfuscate that payload. So let me check my IP address first. 10.0.0.1, and we need to specify the port. Let's say 9001, and let's first base 64. Let's encode this to the base 64. And we get our obfuscated payload. Now we can pass this to the server. So this is our payload. We need to echo it out to the server, then pass it to the base64 binary, which will going to decrypt it using -d flag, and eventually pass all the decrypted payload to the bash itself, so that it actually runs our payload. And before executing this payload, now let me first set up my netcat listener, and let's execute our payload. And it didn't work. I think it's also blocking this command. Okay, let's try to change bash to some simple shell. And now let's execute the command, and yes, we got the reverse shell. As you can see, we got a connection here. Now let's stabilize this connection. First we need to check if Python is installed on the server. Okay, we have the Python 3 installed. We will do Python 3 -c import pty.spawn bin bash. And set the term environment variable to xterm. Now we have the stabilized cell, so let's grab the content of the first flag, or first ingredient. Here we have one clue.txt file, and it is saying us to look in the file system. Okay, let's try to first visit the home directory, and here we have two users. Let's try to see if I could cd into the rake user, and yes, we have our second ingredient over here. We can grab that out. We could now possibly elevate our privileges to the root, so that we could find the third ingredient. It could be possibly in the root directory itself. And for the privilege escalation, I always run sudo -l command to see which commands I can execute as a root. And you can see it's pretty easy, right? Now we can run any command as a root, because here everything is set to all, which means we can run any command as a root and get into the root users. So, and here we have the third flag. So that is it. It was an easy challenge, especially previous part was very straightforward. So that's it in this video. If you want to see more walkthroughs videos, then don't forget to subscribe my channel, and please do follow me on the Medium also, where I frequently post some awesome content about ethical hacking, penetration testing, and cybersecurity related content, right? So please give a like on this video, share it to your friends, and I will see you guys in the next video. Thanks for watching the video.